I'm not a villain, but you could give me some secret underground hidden base, some remote entry to the place, hidden roads to the interstate. Yo, what's up? What's up? It's your boy Poet Lounge, aka Petey Mosberg, aka Kupz the Universe, when I'm talking about this good science and all that good stuff. So today we're gonna have a nice discussion today. I want to evolve everything. I want to take the information to a further level. You know what I'm saying? Everybody learns it, but what do you learn from it, right? So today's topic is gonna be about genies / Jinn. Like, what are they? Like in reality, but as an aspect from story. So look, you got jinns, right? And in the Islamic biblical text of jinn is with a J and not a G, right? And Jinn, not Genie, right? So in the Islamic text, you know what I'm saying, in that particular part of literature that they have to accentuate their higher self, right? In that text, this speaks on a being in that text that comes to you with a false appearance of, I'm gonna give you everything you want. Like, what do you want? I'm here for you. What do you want? And then when you ask for something, it gives you something, right? And basically, after you get it, there's a repercussion or a consequence that you didn't count on. You see what I'm saying? That's more adverse to the effects that you wished for in the first place. Like, you was better off without the wish to begin with, right? Now, there's a reason for that, and I'm gonna when we get a little further into the discussion, when I break down exactly what's really happening, we're gonna get to why that is, right? But check it. So in the Indian, or Hinduish, or in that culture, genies are, you wish for something, it gives you something, right? But even in, it's like they took away like Wishmaster or Leprechaun versus the little leprechaun on the cereal box, and you know what I'm saying, the genie from Aladdin. Like they took out the whole negative aspect of it, but it's still, even in the other versions of it, when they speak on it, they still also speak on being clear with what you wish for. You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly what you wish for. You know what I'm saying? And listen to the metaphor that's gonna also accentuate, right, what I'm explaining, right? The genie in Aladdin said, "Great cosmic powers, itty bitty teeny living space." Right? Now, remember that. So boom. What's really happening with a genie, right? Cosmic power, great cosmic power, itty bitty living space, right? Everything is made up of atoms, right? Everything, right? So that means everything is one, right? Because atoms are one with everything, right? So an atom is made up of a neutron and a proton, right? Which is the positive and the neutron charge of that being, right? That energy, that entity, that being, right? And that being has an orbital around it, right? The orbital is the electron, right? The electron is the orbital that goes around it. The electron is moving through the field of around that empty space is a field. And that electron moving around that, you see what I'm saying, gives you the electromagnetic spectrum. And we already explained through the electromagnetic spectrum, we are in the observable part of it. So we are the matter that light hits, that you can see, the atoms that light hits, basically. The atoms that accumulated mass that light hits, right? And basically the other parts of the spectrum is other forms of existence, right? Like heat, like audio signal, sound, right? Like ultraviolet, like X-rays, like gamma rays, right? Different forms of the spectrum of how atoms can accumulate, right? Now, the difference between the different aspects of the spectrum is how fast it's moving, is how much energy it has, right? So think about it like this. A human being, right, is only atoms, right? So this genie is also only atoms, right? But it exists somewhere within this electromagnetic field. Because the genie never really ever had a body, you see what I'm saying? It was something of an atom that had a different charge. You see what I'm saying? The cosmic energy that it said it had was when the genie said that was his expression of his vibration of, yo, I have cosmic power. So he vibrated in the cosmic spectrum of the electromagnetic frequency. You see what I'm saying? He was a cosmic being that was able to project himself inside, like he was like the particles was trapped to a physical item in the observable universe, where that way when they touch those atoms, the energy between the heat released the energy of this internal energy, right? Probably unseen in real life, right? So what's really happening is this, you know what I'm saying? Manifestation, right? The genie is expressing manifestation, and why instant manifestation is never good. You see what I'm saying? For anything, if you find anybody, right, that is not the person, it's the attraction of the molecules, right? So say like the person wished for $1 million, right? So he got $1 million, right? In Wishmaster, right? And even in the Aladdin part, it kind of does the same thing, because remember in the movie Aladdin, when he wished to be a prince of whatever, a Baba, right? Whatever his name was, and that place that was supposed to be his kingdom, remember, it wasn't a real place. And then the genie had to touch something on a piece of paper, like an illusion. You see what I'm saying? Like it wasn't real. It was like an illusion, right? But like in the Wishmaster version, you know what I'm saying? When a person wished for something, he wished for $1 million. It's always an adverse effect, right? So he wished for $1 million, he'd get $1 million. What is $1 million? See, $1 million, $100 bill and a dollar is the same weight, right? Atomically speaking, a gram, right? So that's atoms, right? So the atoms that would equate to a gram would be the amount of atoms inside of $1 paper. So if you get $1 million, you have 1,000,000 grams of atoms. You see what I'm saying? So you would have 1,000,000 times the number, or added to the number of all the atoms mass added up together. Like, you see what I'm saying? All the atoms added up inside that space to tell you how many atoms that it was necessary to create that object, right? $1 million. So if he does it in a poof, right? Poof, out of nowhere, right? We know nothing can come from something, but nothing comes from something. Like, it's always something, right? Especially in energy, right? Like, if it's one form and it dies out, it transmutes into another form. You know what I'm saying? Fire turns into heat. Fire turns to heat, smoke if you burn something. You see what I'm saying? Whatever was that form before that turned into smoke, and then that transcends into something else. So energy is never lost, right? We know this, right? So basically, you get $1 million, you get a certain amount of atoms just poofed out of nowhere in your existence, right? These atoms, right, are protons, right? Now, all these protons have an energy to it. You see what I'm saying? And all these protons attract. So if you have all these group of protons that come out of nowhere with electrons, it's gonna bring like if it's just the proton of it, like the positive aspect of it, it's gotta bring an electron with it. It has to have a negative charge. You see what I'm saying? And the negative charge is conducive to how many protons you have. You see what I'm saying? Now, an atom can have even protons or protons and neutrons, or an uneven numbers of protons and neutrons. That's what makes something stable versus unstable. You see what I'm saying? So most likely, the manifestation that a genie gives a person is an unstable. Understand? An unstable atom. So it's uneven. Like he poofed it out of nowhere, but it doesn't have enough neutrons with the positons to negate the electrons, like and keep it in a balanced state where that $1 million given to you, like, because you have the law of cause and effect in reality. So if that came to you out of nowhere, that's gonna also in turn affect things. It causes things because it came out of nowhere. It had to come from somewhere, so it had to come from an effect. So if it poof into your life, it's most likely a genie or you know, would take it from a bank. It would just vanish from a bank. So it would be a bank somewhere talking about, yo, a heist, we lost a certain amount of money. You will be in custody of a certain amount of money. You see what I'm saying? Because it's always a balance of equal exchange for energy. It's not just going to poof up. It's like inflation, but the universe doesn't allow inflation based on transmutation. You see what I'm saying? So what's going on with the genie is like, and the atoms is like a rush. It's like if you get something instantaneously, but you're not prepared for everything that comes along with it, it's overwhelming. That's like when you become instantly famous, you're not thinking about paparazzi, stalkers, haters, you know, all the negative things that come with being famous. All you see is the positron. All you see is the positive, and at worst the neutral of that situation. You see what I'm saying? But then you got the electron floating around with that negative charge, which means it's gonna create a reality. You see what I'm saying? So basically what a genie is thoughts, right? Is thought forms, right? It's forms of atoms that don't fit your forms of matter. Like you have a certain amount of elements inside of you. You have, you know, we're gonna do this in another conversation because I want to explain something else about the human body in a second. But you know what I'm saying? Basically, long story short, right? It's a being that you can't see within the electromagnetic spectrum that can energize slower moving atoms. And it's by energizing those slower moving atoms, it causes molecules to appear. Also, they conform the molecules to fit and allow the amount the photons to hit it to please your eye senses to make you believe you have something. But it actually attracts everything that comes with that instantaneously. So a person, like I was saying with the famous part, he only looks at the negative things. He don't look at the negative things, only the positron. But if a person goes slowly through being famous, they'll learn about, oh, when I was at this stage, I didn't warrant paparazzi. Now I deal with paparazzi. Oh, now at this stage I deal with stalkers and paparazzi. So you see, it's like God always gives you what you can handle because you always go through stages of receiving the energy of it because it also has adverse effects to it. You see what I'm saying? When suddenly you cannot displace energy. If you displace energy suddenly from a large quantity of energy suddenly from one space, what happens? You get chaos, you get storms. You know what I'm saying? That's the weather pattern. That's how you get tornadoes. That's how you get hurricanes. You see what I'm saying? So when you get beings of energy that whisper in your ear because it's able to deal from a audio radio frequency in the electromagnetic spectrum, but it's not visible because photons don't hit it because it moves faster than the photon itself, or it's smaller than the photon, so it moves faster. You see what I'm saying? So these are the energies, and then if it can just appear in a form, then it can, because the genies, you see a light, so it must emit its phosphorus. Like it must have a high content of phosphorus energy in the genie in Aladdin for him to light up. You know what I'm saying? For him to be light. But or photons. You see what I'm saying? But photons keep moving. So, but that's the whole thing about the genie and all that. It's to show you that there is no such thing as instant gratification. There is no such thing as instantaneously getting something. If you instantaneously get something, you don't only know how to handle it, you don't even know how to deal with the adverse effects of it. You see what I'm saying? So the whole genie story was a way for people to express this cosmic principle of attraction in increments of energy, of movement and rest, versus trying to just get it in one big burst of energy. So that'd be like a hydron bomb. Just a burst of energy. Boom! Explosions. You see what I'm saying? That's why the genie always gave somebody something that didn't work out in their favor, because it was always a burst of energy. It was always a burst of manifestation of materialization of atoms, and poof, and so instant that the energy it released, you see what I'm saying, was almost volatile to the existence of the person that wished it. You feel me? Yo, it's your boy Poet Lounge, aka Petey Mosberg. You know what I'm saying? Check out my music, aka Kupz the Universe. Check me out for my science and my good little observations. I try to separate, you know, the energies. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm talking about science and stuff, I try to put it on Kupz the Universe energy. It ain't no crazy shit. I'm not a schizo. I don't have multiple personalities. It's just for certain names, I do certain topics. You know what I'm saying? And I keep Poet Lounge, aka Petey Mosberg, into making music. So when you really hear that name, or you search for that name, you're going to find music. You know what I'm saying? You search for Kupz the Universe, you're going to find lectures and observations from your boy Poet. You know what I'm saying? But it's actually Kupz the Universe because Poet raps. You see what I'm saying? It's like different particles, basically, but it's not different personalities. But yo, check it out, man. I'm gonna get back up with y'all in a minute, because I got some more lectures and some more stuff I want to talk about, some more observations I want to make and discuss with y'all. So I hope all y'all having a real good, safe, you know what I'm saying, weekend, because the weekends in America has been, you know, war zones in different countries, different states, and you know what I'm saying. My love go out to all people, all atoms. You know what I'm saying? So just take a second and reflect to your atoms, and then you can feel me, and then feel my energy, and let me know if, you know what I'm saying, there's something that we can work with to balance out the distortions that's going on, that's appearing in physical reality as all this back, you know, violence. You feel what I'm saying? This high energy field of movement. You feel what I'm saying? Causing, you know what I'm saying, explosions all over the place. So take care, and I'll be back up with y'all soon, man. I'm gonna get back up to you with a whole nother lecture. I'm gonna try to increase the volume of my videos, productions, and releases. So hopefully I get a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoy it. Y'all don't have to like, y'all don't have to subscribe. If you do, you do. You know what I'm saying? But I would definitely prefer you do it because you want to, and not because I want you to do it. You feel what I'm saying? So take care, and yo, I'll holler back at you.